So you didn't turn down the Super Bowl because of performance footage?
No.
I was wondering if someone who interviews Taylor Swift during her The Life of a Showgirl promo tour would ask her about the Super Bowl halftime show, and it ended up being Jimmy Fallon. Now, before we even get into this is not taking anything away from Bad Bunny, who will be performing the halftime show in February. He's an insanely popular artist who's earned his spot on that stage. It's a very timely choice for him to do it at the beginning of next year. And I think we've seen in the aftermath of the announcement of him being the headliner that it's important that Bad Bunny is doing it this year. Okay, yeah, so this is not Bad Bunny versus Taylor Swift. We're just talking about Taylor Swift in general doing the Super Bowl halftime show, okay? Okay. I said in the previous segment that no doubt that Jay-Z, who has been picking the halftime show performer since 2020, no doubt that Jay-Z and Taylor have had conversations about the halftime show. And yeah, Taylor revealed on Fallon last night, yeah, they have.
Jay-Z has always been very good to me.
Yes.
Our teams are really close. Like, it's like they sometimes will call and say, how does she feel about...
Yeah.
So Taylor said sometimes they call. So that means more than once that, yeah, Jay-Z or Rock Nation has given Team Swift a ring.
That's not like an official offer or an official, like, or like a conference room conversation.
It's just a
like, our
feeling
teams
out.
are really close. How does she feel about it in general?
Actually, when Jay-Z and Rock Nation took over all live entertainment decisions in the NFL, he said that's exactly how the process would play out.
You pick someone, you speak to them, you let them have it, and then you move on.
That's how simple it was when Jay-Z called Usher a few years ago.
When I got this call, and he said, it's time, it's magic time. You know, it's time for you to have that moment. I'm like, what you talking about? He's like, the Super Bowl. I'm like, oh, man. You ready? Absolutely, but no question.
Yeah, Taylor, you were offered the Super Bowl halftime show gig. And Jay-Z even said that he wasn't going to continue the past process of putting out feelers to multiple artists.
Yeah, you take 4 artists and everyone thinks they're playing the Super Bowl, and it's almost like this interview process. And I don't think that anyone, so I picked Chuck, the other 3 people are a little upset. And I just think the process could have been a little bit more definite.
And yeah, I mean, just think about it anyways. Like, Rock Nation just called up Taylor's team just to, you know, just ask her general feelings about this Super Bowl halftime show, how she feels about it, blah, blah. No, they called her to offer to her.
We're always able to, like, tell him the truth.
And I'd said in the previous segment that there have been 2 major roadblocks preventing Taylor from doing the halftime show her entire career. First was she was a spokesperson for Diet Coke for several years, and Pepsi was the sponsor of the halftime show up till and including 2021. And then Apple Music took it over in 2022 when Rihanna was the headliner. So yeah, that was one barricade gone for Taylor. And then the other one was her masters. Yeah, she had performed. Whoever owned her masters at that particular year would have really been lining their pockets because, yeah, we've seen that an artist's entire discography shoots up the charts when they perform at the Super Bowl, let alone the songs that other people would have owned. So yeah, she bought back her masters in May. Yeah, so that barricade was gone as of, this upcoming year. So yeah, this is the first year that, nothing was really stopping Taylor from doing the halftime show. But turns out there's a new roadblock in Taylor's way now.
I am in love with a guy who does that sport on that actual field. Like, that is violent chess. That is gladiators without swords. That is dangerous.
Other than that one laugh, you can tell how deadly silent the audience is. Because, yeah, we know that Taylor's referring to her fiance, Travis Kelce. But, yeah, we're not really sure where Taylor's going with this.
The whole season, I am locked in on what that man is doing on the field. Can you imagine if, like, he's out there every single week, like, putting his life on the line, doing this very dangerous, very high pressure, high intensity sport. And I'm like, I wonder what my choreo should be.
That's kind of how it's been the last, 3 years or so, right? Like, either Taylor was planning or performing the Eras Tour around the world, while Travis is playing for the Kansas City Chiefs, 20 weeks out of the year. Now, Taylor does, just off the top of her head, jokingly start to formulate her halftime show set list.
I think we should do 2 verses of Shake It Off into Blank Space, into Cruel Summer would be great. And this is nothing to do with Travis. He would love for me to do it. I'm just too locked in.
I think what Taylor's getting at is that I don't think she means the whole season. I think she really means the fact that, the last 3 years, Travis and the Kansas City Chiefs have made it to the Super Bowl. So, yeah, the last 3 years, it would have been a scenario if Taylor was doing the halftime show, that Travis would have been playing the game, and Taylor would have been, backstage, whatever, locked into the game on screen, but also having to lock into the fact that, she's about to perform the Super Bowl halftime show. So, yeah, I guess she's saying, it would have split her mind too much to, she really be focused on the game when she really needs to be focused on the halftime show. And, yeah, I can see that. What if Travis got injured in the first half of the Super Bowl? Then that would be on her mind. But granted, she did say she can do it with a broken heart. And, yeah, just shake it off, Taylor. But, those are jokes. The reality is that the Kansas City Chiefs could make it to the Super Bowl again this February. So I get that being the new reason that she would turn it down. But it also made me think of the answer that she just gave when she was asked about a rumor on BBC Radio 2 yesterday.
Taylor, don't tell me this is your last album.
What? No.
I just saw some fans going, well, she's going to get married and then she's going to have children and then it's going to be the last album.
A shockingly offensive thing to say.
Absolutely. It is not the last album.
It's not why people get married.
No, exactly.
So that they can quit their job.
Right.
Now, this is assuming that Taylor wants to do the halftime show, and yeah, of course she does. But isn't this kind of, I'm not going to take a career opportunity, I'm not going to accomplish a career goal because my husband's work takes priority. I'm just going to stand on the sidelines or sit in the stands and watch him do his job instead of me doing my job, right? Isn't that what this is, kind of?
This person is playing. If this person doesn't, conflict is not, schedule doesn't align, then we move on to the next person.
Now, apparently it's possible that Travis could retire after this current season. So if he does, Taylor, you're up. Yeah, what do you make of Taylor revealing that she has been offered the Super Bowl halftime show gig? Oh, no, wait, sorry. She's been called to get her general feelings about this Super Bowl halftime show. Yeah. And Travis being a football player as the reason that she's not doing it still.